the dating pool right now, or the dating in 2020 in this 21st century is what word can I use to describe it? It's difficult. It's really bad. So what would you say to, especially to the guys? I want you to talk to the guys, like in terms of dating, relationships, like what is your thing for them?
Be yourself. Be yourself. Also, look for a woman who loves God more than you. If your wife loves God more than you, she'll be the right one for you. If she loves you more than she loves God, run for the hills. Run for the hills, because like the marriage is like a triangle, right? So you got God at the top, husband and wife at the bottom. The closer you get to God, the closer you get to each other. And so it works. So if one is not, if one is getting closer to God and the other is sitting down there, there's an imbalance. There's a real imbalance. And for the ladies too, if your husband or your boyfriend loves God more than he loves you, then you got a chance. If he said, "I love you more than anything in the world," do you? Do you really? You love me more than you love God? Oh yes, I love you more than I love God. See ya. Kick him to the curb and said, I ain't hanging about because you're heading for trouble. Because if he loves you more than he loves God, you've got a problem. You really have a problem. So be yourself and make sure the person loves God more than they love you.
Okay. Welcome to Candid with Lady T podcast. I'm your host, Lady T. Back with a new series called Taking Up Space. Now, this is about getting insights from thriving individuals who are operating in different spaces. So we're talking about spaces such as the health industry, business, entertainment, the whole works. We're going to be looking at their journey and how they navigate their space with their faith. Now, when I was preparing for this new series, I had a whole load of guests that I wanted to, and trust me, I'm excited because over the next few weeks or many weeks, you're going to be hearing from some great, amazing people who are Christians and who are thriving in the industries. So as I was putting this together, I thought, okay, who am I going to have first? You have all this list. Then it's like, okay, who are you going to have first? And before I introduced my guest, he was already on that list. So when it came time to now whittling down who is going to be on this list, and I was like, oh God, how am I going to do this? So I was looking through the list, and then like all I heard was just like, stop. Felt like the Holy Spirit say, stop. And when I stopped at the name and I was like, why this person? Like, I don't understand, like, why this person? And then it then dawned on me, like, this person that I'm going to be speaking to on the episode today, the very first episode of Taking Up Space. The reason why I'm having this person as my first guest, they're the reason why I'm here today. I'm here speaking. I'm here as a presenter of radio, of TV, of podcasting, of events. This person is the reason why I am here today doing what I do, because if not for them, for God using them to get me to where I am or to push me to a certain level, I don't think I'll be doing this, or I'll be starting a lot later on in life. Now, when I got that, I was like, oh, okay. So this is the reason why you want me to have this person. And I was like, okay, done deal. And then literally message him, this is what I'm doing. Can you come? He said yes. And I was like, thank God. What I'm saying is thank God there was a free date, everything was available and it was just all working very, very smoothly. So I'm super happy about that. Now, this man is the reason, like I said, that I have a career in radio presenting, in podcasting, and he's the actual reason why I have my name, Lady T. Yes. Now, some people will think, how did I get that name? We're going to find out how Lady T came about, how that name actually happened. But he's also the reason why my name is Lady T, and I'm forever grateful for that. And it would be an absolute crime if I did not allow this person to be the first guest on this episode, on this great journey of taking off space. And it's a bit hard to introduce him because like he's continually thriving. He's accomplished so much. So I've kind of like written down some things. I'm going to try my best to do this. Okay, I'm going to look at my notes. If you're watching, hey, if you're listening, then I've got my little laptop in front of me and whatnot. So he is, first of all, he's a giant in, well, height wise anyway. He's definitely taller than me, because if you see me in person, I'm short. Like, let's be real. I look tall, but I'm short. So in that sense, in a physical sense, he's a giant, but he's a giant in his industry. He's a son. He is a father. He's a husband. He's an award-winning international DJ. He's a broadcaster, a teacher, a mentor, and an all-round special human being. Please welcome the one, the only, Gary Smith, aka DJ G. Woo, 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 woo.
Who's that person?
Are you serious? Does that sound weird?
It does sound weird.
Really?
I can't believe.
Wait. So has anybody ever introduced you like that though? Like,
no.
Really?
No.
Well, see that first time for everything, right? Like this is how it is. This is how I like to do. But no, seriously, Gary. Like, thank you.
No problem.
It's so much.
I feel it's just one of those things. You just see somebody who needs help and you help them.
And what a true helper he is. I mean, it's been an amazing this going through life, to have him and to know him has been amazing. And like I said in the beginning, he's the reason why I'm here, and we're going to find out about that. So, and we are going to find out a little bit more about you, because there is so much to you. And I know some people who have encountered you have experienced, you know, being in DJG's presence and whatnot. We're not going to do like that whole Sasha Fierce thing. Like, that's my alter ego. No, you're one. So let's kick off. Like, let's start from the beginning, because obviously I know you as DJG, but for those that don't know you, who is DJG?
I'm just me. I'm nothing special.
How can you say that? You can't say that you're special. You're nothing special, because you are.
Well, I don't think I I just do what I do, and if people like it, they like it. If people don't like it, then they don't like it. But you know, I just love what I do.
Yeah,
and I enjoy everything that I do, and I put 100% into it. So whether it's helping people, I put 100% into it. Whether it's DJing, I put 100% into it. If I'm doing producing, 100% into it. So it's nothing new to me. It's because something I've always done, and I've always been brought up to help people. So because my mother, she would help as many people as possible.
Yo, let's talk about your mum real quickly. Let's talk about your childhood growing up, because his mum was, you know, she's late now, but your mum is like, if you could relate your mum to a character in the Bible, who would it be? Like, who does she represent in the Bible, do you think?
So many of the characters. Basically, she was a whirlwind and a force to be reckoned with, because when she saw, because she started the Oxford Community Soup Kitchen. Now, she only started it for a week. It ended up going for 32 years. And because of that, she got MBE, she got a Pride of Britain award, she got different awards around the place. She's been to Buckingham Palace twice, you know, and her and the Queen are good mates.
Are good friends.
Yeah.
Good friends with the Queen. Yeah. Nobody can really say that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm good friends with the Queen. Like, you know, it's so good.
And so from when I was younger, she used to, different people used to come in the house. I think, who's that person? Oh, somebody who needed feeding. They're hungry, so I brought them home to feed them. Well, okay, and I just got used to it. So her doing the soup kitchen it wasn't different. It was just a natural thing for her to carry on, and she did that. So I was helping her and everything, and so we just grew up with it.
Was there any of your a time where, times were hard for you guys, but your mum still provided for others?
Yeah. That there was not a time that was like we were desperately hungry or anything like that. Everything there would be food provided all the time, and she used to make everything herself. So didn't buy anything from the shops.
Mm.
She would just make everything for herself.
Yeah.
So that was life.
Mm.
And the thing is, I had to learn to share my mum with other people.
Yeah, because obviously, like, your mum's your mum, and you want to have that like home relationship, but then having to, like you said, share her with the world.
Yeah.
That must have been, was that difficult to do?
No, I think we just got used to it. So other people used to walk down the road and said, "Hello, mum." What do you mean? Hello, mum. She's my mum. So it's like, how dare you? And the thing is, it was just natural, natural that, and everybody called her Ma.
Right.
Even the guys at the soup kitchen, Ma Smith. Oh, she's a wonderful lady. And even to this day, people are talking about her. So she has a legacy, which is continuing, and we continue with the soup kitchen every week. And even at the Oxford Town Hall, there's her picture right in the middle of the town hall.
Are you serious?
So she's keeping an eye on everything.
I'm watching all of you. You better make sure that you are still feeding those people. Oh, I will come haunt you. Well, she might not haunt them, but but she's watching.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And like, having that type of legacy, what does that mean to you? Like, does it drive you to have a legacy that lives on after you?
Yeah, definitely, because her legacy is still going so strong, because the community knows it as the Eichel Smith Foundation. So there's a foundation with her name on it, which will not be changed. And that's so like really heartwarming. So yeah, she's really good. And everybody's saying, "Oh, your mum's so brilliant. Oh, your mum's so wonderful." I said, "Yeah, I know." They expect me to say, "Wow." I said, "No, I know. It's something which you see every day." And I think, yeah, it's normal.
Does that put pressure on you though? Obviously, because of your mum having such a profound legacy, a profound position in in the community, and a very prestigious community. Like, Oxford, sorry, is one of the best cities in the world for for education. I'm gonna say I'm part of that city, so and yes, I did study at one of the Oxford universities and stuff like that. So thank God. But like, so to is that pressure for you though?
No. Basically, my mum's always said, "Hey, look, do your own thing and make your own craft." And so I just do what I do. And the thing is, because I enjoy what I do, it doesn't feel like it's work, it's hard, it's this, it's that. It's full enjoyment, and I've passed on to my son. He's good on social media, and he's doing a lot as well. And my wife is doing a great deal of stuff as well. So we just carry on.
So going back again, when you were growing up, obviously you're DJing. Was that something that you always wanted to do? And question, what was your first ever, I guess, decks that you bought, or someone bought? Or did someone give you?
No,
So like, how did it all begin?
Well, how it began is because I used to play drums in church.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, I used to play the drums in church, so I wanted to learn more.
Yeah.
So I bought a lot of gospel records, and I listened to the drummers, and know all the drummers: Bill Maxwell, Alex Acuna, Abraham Laboriel, on the bass. And I think, yeah, really.
I don't know who those are because they're way before my time, but it's okay. Go Google them.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
And so I just bought a load of records, and every week I buy records. And then went to CDs, and I bought CDs. And somebody asked me, said, "Can you play at my party?" I said, "Yeah." So I don't know what I'm doing, but okay, yeah. And so I had two domestic CD players, and an old Tandy mixer,
Oh, wow.
right? 2-channel mixer. And so I played, and they said, "Yeah, this is really, really good. We really liked it." And they paid me. I'm thinking, right, hold on.
How old were you at this point?
I was probably back in my 20s,
Oh, wow.
and I'm thinking, this is all right. And so somebody else heard, "Oh, can you play at my party?"
How much did you get paid for the first one?
I think £50.
That must have been a lot in those days.
Man, I was rich, man. I was rich.
Get it with the money.
I was rich. And so somebody else asked me to play another part. And I think, oh, this is okay.
Mm.
So then I had to hire some CD decks.
Right.
I had to hire 6 CD decks because I think you've got, all right, this is getting so it was getting quite often. So every week, so can you play there? Can you play here? I think, okay,
You can do it, yeah.
this is all right. And it started from there.
Wow. That's amazing though, just thinking about it. And it kind of reminds me of as well. Honestly, if not, sometimes, when you're, especially of parents of African and Caribbean heritage, when your child has have flair for something, and then they can often dim that because they feel like there's no prospects in it. Because I know there's an instant that there's actually an instance that happened later on in line when we then eventually met that it happened. But then you talking about the DJing thing. I remember being asked to play at parties. Like they would ask me because they knew me that I liked music and I had a good collection. So they were like, "Oh, can you come to our party?" And this is like family stuff. Can you come to our party and do the music and stuff like that? Let me tell you, I used to haul my mum and dad's CD like tower. Yo, it had cassettes. It had like 2 cassette player. It had 2 cassettes.
Although that was in the day.
Those are the day things, right?
If you did that, you think,
and we're
the
not talking about, they're
boss.
not small things. They're like, these things are chunk of block. So I used to haul that, and then it had a vinyl player on the top as well. And then it had a CD changer, 6 CD changer to be exact. So we had that. So imagine hauling that in the boot of my mom. So my mom would take me to these parties to do events and stuff like that. But obviously not knowing then that like this, I could have done this. If I'd have stuck to it, I could have been doing it for years. Like I personally, I feel that I could have been a very well-known DJ, in my opinion, if I had carried it on. But no, life and mother said, no, you cannot. And obviously being the eldest child and being the daughter as well. Oh my God, that's even more pressure.
Yeah.
So that life came to an end very swiftly. as swiftly as it started, as swiftly as it finished. So now that you're getting paid to do this DJ, what did your mum say about it?
Well, the thing is, I wasn't doing it full time. I was doing it so like after I finished work and stuff like that. So it was no issue. But then by the time I was 25, I was married. So
what? Wait, ooh. So you was married at 25?
Yeah.
Okay, pause the child, the mum thing. Your wife, how did you meet? Like, and from meeting her to getting married, how long was it?
It was a year.
A year?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Met at a camp.
Really?
Yeah, church youth camp.
Hey. So it looks like church camps, other places to meet.
Oh, a lot of church camps. There's a lot of people being married from.
Really?
Yeah. That's how you used to find your husband or your wife. You see a girl over in the tent. She look all right. And you had to pop your move.
What move did you pop to secure your wife? His obviously Yvonne is your wife. So what did you do to?
I just smiled.
Really, Gary? Yeah. Did you just smile? Did you have like words? Were there things that you said to her?
I just say, "How you doing?" Blah blah blah, and then at the end of the camp, everybody exchanged numbers, and she gave me a number.
Wow. So were you like, oh, thank God? Like, did you know in that instant that this is going to be your wife, or was it as you started dating you realized that
The
she's
first date we went on, I knew that she's gonna be my wife, and I said to her, said to her on my first date, I said, "I like you. Hope you like me too. If we're gonna do this, let's do it. If you don't like me, let's finish it now."
wow?
I was so
That's
direct.
direct, right
Yeah,
then on the
yeah,
first date.
yeah. I ain't playing about. I ain't
What?
playing about.
Were you ready to marry at that point
Yeah,
though? So you knew
yeah,
in your mind that I'm at that stage that I want to get married. I want to start my family.
yeah, yeah. I knew that. I said the first girl I ever dated, that's the one I'm gonna marry.
And she was the first person you
Yeah.
dated. Oh my days. That is amazing. I've never heard that story either. That's the first time I'm hearing that story. Oh my gosh. What? Oh gosh. Do you know what? And I think that's so encouraging to hear. Like to hear that the first time you guys, your first date, you knew. And then not long after that, like how long after that did you propose to her?
um, it's less than a year.
Less than a year.
Yeah, and the thing is, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. We were driving. She was driving, and I said to her, "What are you doing next year?" She said, Not sure." I said, "What are you doing in 5 years' time?" I said, I don't know. What about 10 years' time? What are you doing?" I said, "I don't know. What are you asking me these questions for?" I said, "What are you doing in 20 years' time?" She said, "I have no idea. What am I doing?" I said, "Do you fancy getting married?"
Wait, you said do you fancy getting Oh my gosh, the audacity. Really?
Yeah, and she was driving, and she's like steered off the road. I think I held the steering wheel and said, "No, slow down, slow
No
down."
way. Oh my gosh. So you actually was that your way of proposing to her?
Yes,
Wow. And obviously she said yes.
yeah.
Quite
Well,
quickly, right?
she didn't have a choice, to be honest.
It's either you do or you don't. Which one is it? Wow, that is so fantastic. You know what? That's actually beautiful. So what would you say to to guys these days? Because the dating pool right now, or the dating in 2020 in this 21st century is what word can I use to describe it? It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's really bad. So what would you say to, especially to the guys? I want you to talk to the guys, like
Yeah,
in terms of dating relationships, like what is your thing for them?
be yourself. Be yourself. Also, look for a woman who loves God more than you.
Mm.
If your wife loves God more than you, she'll be the right one for you. If she loves you more than she loves God, run for the hills.
Mm.
Run for the hill because like the marriage is like a triangle, right? So you got God at the top,
Yeah.
husband and wife at the bottom.
Mhm.
The closer you get to God, the closer you get to each other. And so it works. So if one is not, if one is getting closer to God and the other is sitting down there, there's an imbalance.
Mm.
There's a real imbalance. So the closer you get to God, now it's not saying there won't be any difficulties. You have to learn to overcome those difficulties. You know, he keeps leaving the toothpaste open. You know, stuff like it might sound funny, but
They're
that
real.
could,
They're
yeah,
real. Like
yeah, yeah,
almost deal marriage breakers, aren't
yeah,
they?
because it gets under your skin and things.
Mm.
So you have to deal with it. So, but the thing is, find out, and for the ladies too, if your husband or your boyfriend loves God more than he loves you, then you got a chance.
Mm.
If he said, "I love you more than anything in the world," do you?
Mm.
Do you really? You love me more than you love God? Oh yes, I love you more than I love God. See ya. Kick him to the curb and said I ain't hanging about because you're heading for trouble. Because if he loves you more than he loves God, you've got a problem. You really have
Mm.
a problem. So be yourself and make sure the person loves God more than they love you.
Okay. Well, that's a word right there. I think that's one thing we some of you fellas need to take on board. I have to say.
And
Okay.
the ladies as well.
And the ladies, yeah, sorry. Yeah, and the ladies. You ladies need to listen to that as well.
Yeah.
All right, so you're 25, you're married, this DJing thing is on the side. So how then do you then navigate, your family and then your mum as well?
Well, you just do it. You know, I used to do it part time, and so go to work, then leave work, go and
Mm,
DJ, come back home. So it was a lot of late nights and early mornings, but I had to just do it because I did it because I enjoyed it,
mm.
and I still do it because I enjoy it. But it wasn't so like, oh, I've got to get up and go and do this. No, I was excited. It's like, oh, let's go and do this,
Yeah.
and started playing around Oxford, and then started to go further afield, and then people are sort of like noticing me and thinking, "Oh, are
He's
you?"
pretty, he's
Yeah,
pretty good,
yeah,
isn't
yeah. So,
he?
and people ask me, "Are you good?" I said, "Yeah, I'm okay," because I didn't want to big up myself at all.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I guess you got to be humble about it,
yeah,
really. Kind of like, because
yeah,
they were like, "Oh, what do you mean you're good?" And then all of a sudden they'll have something to
yeah.
criticize, and that. Okay, so now that you're DJing, how did your church feel about it, or people in church react to you as a DJ?
Now that was a difficult one because whenever God has got something for you,
Mm,
people think, "Oh, is that from God? Is it this from God?"
mm,
Not sure. And I knew, this is what I wanted to do. And then I played at a few events at church, and oh yeah, this is really, really good, really, really good. Oh, Karen. But then when I suggested about going into nightclubs, the eyebrows went so far up their head. They're thinking, what? What do you want to go into nightclubs for? Christians don't go into nightclubs and stuff like that. I said, but that's what I want to do.
mm,
And the thing is, they didn't stop me anyhow. They could say what they say, but I knew what my mission was and what I had to do, and I continued on with it. And I did me and another DJ, we did a Christian nightclub called Soulful House,
mm-hmm.
and we did it the first time. Everybody thought it's really, really good. And then the second time we did it, we invited the Bishop of Oxford to come and open it.
No
Bishop of
way.
Oxford came in, stood at the bar. I said, "This is really good."
Wow. So there's still so the church, so obviously your local church frowned upon it at the time.
Yeah.
And how was their behavior towards you? Did you feel like things changed? They started seeing you differently and
Well,
not very Christian like,
yeah,
to be
it saw
honest.
me differently. But the thing is, I didn't care
Mm,
because I knew this is what God wanted me to do. So whether they looked upon it badly or not,
mm,
I wasn't bothered
mm.
because I knew what God said. This is what you got to do, and went ahead and did it. So I didn't really pay much attention to what everybody else was saying,
Yeah.
and that's what you got to do as a Christian in the arts or Christian in if God's given you a message, given you to something to do, which is not in the traditional church thing, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Because if God has given you the vision, He hasn't given anybody else the vision. So God's given you the vision. So you can see it. Everybody else can't see it. So if they can't see it, just pray.
Mm,
You probably won't understand everything what everybody else is doing, but God understands. It's like, look, God, help me to understand. Help me to help that person in any way I can, and step out with them. But people they're holding you back and say, "No, you shouldn't do that." It's like they're dream killers or dream fulfillers.
hmm. That part.
Yeah,
That part. Yeah, yeah. I see that. I see that. That's interesting because there's always a danger of, you wanting to do something to create something and go out into the world and be, I guess it's your own type of ministry, but
yeah,
then those who are within your church circuit kind of like frown upon it and think like, no, that's not godly. But then what is like what's the reason for our faith? Isn't it to be ministering, to go out into the world, to bring light and love for those to know about Jesus? That's what we're called to do.
And the thing is, bringing light into light doesn't make any sense.
No, but light into
Into
darkness.
darkness. So then and this is not for everybody.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. You've got ministers in the church which cater to the church.
Yeah.
But those people who are going outside, we need to pray for them. They need to pray for them. So we had a convention in Brighton many years ago, and I suggested, well, got nightclubs around Brighton, let's go and play. And it was just like, what? Straight off the convention.
I bet they were like, oh no, you can't do that. Like,
so
it's not.
My pastor at the time, she said, yeah, let's go. And she came onto the club with me.
Amazing.
And I DJ'd in the club, and people said, yeah, this is really, really good. And I said, what music is this? I said, this is gospel.
So were you playing, was there a particular type of gospel music that you play when you go to clubs? And people might not actually know that it's gospel, because I know that you play gospel tunes, but when you go into these clubs, they actually don't know that it is.
Yeah, it's basically gospel house. When, and the thing is, people have been playing gospel house in clubs for years, but people have never known it.
Mad.
People never know that people are dancing to it. That song by Wookiee, Battle.
Perfect example.
I can drop that at any point, and people just, yeah, we love this. I said, do you know what it's about?
If you only knew, right? If you only knew that this is what it's about.
So I'm dropping gospel house, and people are like really raving to it. We dropped it at Bristol Carnival. The whole place was
erupted, I can imagine.
I'm thinking, what's happening with these people? People are loving it. And the thing is, that you can't be afraid to say, I'm playing gospel house. And so what I do, I play gospel house and mix with soulful house as well.
It.
So
it just flows through. So it's just another medium for people to literally hear about God. Like you're planting the seeds in their ears, literally.
Because I praise the Lord, God, help me as I play this tune, and I'll play a tune, and people think, I recognise this. Then I drop into a gospel house track, and I drop into something else, and drop into something else. And people, oh wow, this is really, really good. And so it's taken me internationally as well.
Which, let's talk about that, because I think this is brilliant, and I think this is where I think people can learn from, especially DJs who are starting out to be a DJ or who are already DJs, and then thinking, how can they take their skill set further out? How did that happen with you?
That happened completely by accident.
So it was by accident. Like, it wasn't really a connection or something. So what was the accidental? Sorry, what was the accident?
The first time I DJ'd internationally is when I went to Slovakia.
Oh wow!
And my brother-in-law had a group, and he said, "Oh, we'd like to come with us." I said, "Okay," and he said, "Oh, could you DJ as well?" I think, "All right." And the first time I ever went to this field, and there was 8,000 people, and so I asked my interpreter, "Who are they queuing up for?" They're queuing up for you. I said, what do you mean they're queuing up for me? This is at this festival. It's the first time they ever had a DJ.
Wow!
So they were excited to see.
Oh my goodness!
So I went on stage, and I was nervous, and then I prayed. And then I played the first track, and the place erupted. People were 8,000 people. To see 8,000 people really enjoying themselves and thinking, "Oh wow, okay, this is something good."
A taste.
Yeah. So I got that. Then I went back to Slovakia 5 times in 1 year. People said, I think, oh, this is really, really good.
And getting paid too.
Yeah. And then when the international stuff started happening, just on the off chance, I heard about the Oscars gifting lounge. I'm thinking, what is that? So I searched it up and everything. I found all the people who do these gifting lounge, and it's like where celebrities get free stuff. You know, you get free stuff just to stand there, take a picture of it, and move on. I thought so. Let's give it a go. So I sent an email to this company, and so I said, "This is what I'd like to do. This is what I can do." Blah blah blah. And so I didn't hear anything, and that was like 2 years beforehand. I think, well, nothing's going to happen. So I just carried on normally. Then about 3 o'clock in the morning, I saw an email. So it woke me up. Like, who's emailing me at this time of night? Looked at it, and it says DJing at the Golden Globes. Would you like to DJ at the Golden Globes?
Wait. So wait. So wait, what? The gold. Oh my goodness me. The Golden Globes gifting lounge.
Yeah.
Wild. How did that feel when you saw that?
Well, I didn't believe it.
It's one of those spam emails, like fake emails.
That's what I thought. I thought, oh, that's stupid. Why did just leave me alone? So I went back to sleep. And then,
as you do,
woke up in the morning, looked at this email, thinking, let me look at this. Look at who the company is. Think, oh, I did send an email to them, and they said, "So, would you like to come and DJ over 2 days?" So I said,
yes, of course.
So, and I was thinking, shall I go by myself? No, it's not a good idea to go by yourself. So I said to Yvonne and Darius, I said, look, I've got this opportunity to go and play at the Golden Globes. Would you like to come? Yes!
They're not going to say no. Why would they say no?
What,
like,
I had to ask.
Yeah, exactly. Just to be, you know, so that you're sleeping in the same bed the next night, like, you know, you're not kicked onto the couch or anything.
So we actually got to go. God supplied everything for us to go.
Amazing.
And then ended up in LA. And at the gifting lounge, I'm seeing Anthony Anderson. Hey, Anthony. Hey, man, how you doing? You know, big hugs and everything, taking photographs and everything. I'm thinking,
so you'll see. So you basically got to see a lot of celebrities.
Yeah, so
coming in and out and getting all these gifts.
Yeah.
Did they give you anything?
Yes, they did.
Oh, did they?
And it was a lot.
Was it?
It was over probably $2,000 to $3,000 worth of stuff.
No way.
Had to pay for an extra bag on the plane.
Just to carry it? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The bag was that long.
Oh my day. Wow.
And they said, go around and just go around picking up stuff from each of the counters.
Was your wife and son doing the same thing? They had a field day, I can imagine.
Right. My wife came home with a Tesco shopping bag full of jewelry.
No way.
I mean, full of jewelry. So bits of jewelry. And the thing is, it's not shabby stuff. It's
the good, the high end.
Yeah.
It's always like, of course they get. You can only. I think they will only allow like certain high end products to be there, anyways.
Yeah.
To gift. So.
And then.
Wow.
My son just help. You can help yourself. Yeah, I'll fill up the bag, and this bag is heavy. How am I supposed to carry this? So to pay another $100 to get the bag on the plane.
Gosh, that must have been an amazing experience, though. To be at the Golden Globes, and then subsequently after that, you went a number of more times after that. Didn't you?
We did the Oscars twice.
Wow, that must have been even bigger. How was that experience for you?
That was amazing as well. And the thing is, when I see superstars, I don't freak out.
Fleets,
and I just say, hi, how you doing? And I met the lady who played Marty McFly's girlfriend in Back to the Future.
So you met her?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
And
I love that movie.
And the thing is, we met her twice. And so we met her the year after. And said, oh, it's you again. How you doing?
She's back again as well. So it's like, hi.
Yeah. And so it was
amazing.
Really, really amazing.
Yeah.
But the caveat to that, before you you say, oh, I want to go and play here. I want to go and play there. One, you got to find out if if God wants you to do it. Because you can say, oh, I want to do this because DJG's done it. So someone says do this. I want to do this thing and get famous and stuff like that. I didn't do it to get fame or anything like that. I just did it because, you know, God allowed me to do it, and I was giving everything to God. When we walked into the Golden Globes, this woman said to us, never met her at all before, and she said, "You're going to be good." I think, what do you mean? You're going to be fantastic. I just know you're going to be fantastic. She's never heard me play, never seen me before, and she said to all my visitors, said, "Yeah, all of you are just so good." She says, "I can see an aura around you."
Wow.
I'm thinking, Spirit of God. And that made a difference.
Yeah, that spirit of excellence
That made a difference because people could see God's spirit.
Yeah, 100%.
Around us, and so that's how we got to play.
Amazing. I mean, like and I love what you said about you have to make sure that you're actually called, because you can be in your own feelings and then thinking that this is God saying, but really is it? And you know, the Holy Spirit will tell you whether yes or no to go. So now that you've done the Golden Globes, you've done the Oscars, hella jealous, especially with those gifting stuff. And then you had another opportunity to play international, probably one of the best sporting events in the world.
That was the Grammys.
Oh, you mentioned the Grammys.
Yeah, I didn't go to the Grammys. I had an offer to play at the Grammys, but I turned it down.
Oh, why?
People would say, "So why you turn that down?" For the very reason they wanted me on my own. I couldn't bring anybody else with me. And I said, well, if I can't bring my son and my wife, then sorry, no. That's an integral part of what I do. It's not just, oh, it's DJG. You know, we are DJG.
Your family,
yeah. And they're very important to whenever I go out, is that I go out and I play. They're praying for me. They're covering me. And it's no, this is a one-man thing. This is what I can do by myself. No, I can't.
I hear that.
I need my family to be praying for me, to be able to lift me up in prayer. And when I've come back from playing a gig, I need someone to talk to. There's nothing worse than when you've played a gig on stage and everybody's saying, yeah, really, really good. And you go back to your hotel and it's just you by yourself.
Does it often feel kind of like lonely?
It does.
And just it doesn't feel quite like there's something missing.
Yeah. So that's why I say to any artist and musician, if you can have somebody with you, to support you in prayer, have it, because you can get so lonely. It gets to you thinking, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing? Have somebody with you to pray along with.
It makes sense. It makes sense. And if that's your family, then your family's got to be with you. So tell me about your opportunity to go to Monaco, because Monaco was that was a big one. Another big one.
Yeah, and it's continued to be a big one because I've played for the last 8 years.
Mad. Oh my gosh. See? He still goes to Monaco, guys, as in the F1. The F1, Monaco, when he did it. How was that? Like, how did that opportunity come about?
Again, I went to Monaco for a DJ festival, and I got to play it on the lineup. I said, yeah, this is all right, So I spoke to the one of the restaurants I played at and said, could I come back again? I said, yeah. And I've been playing at this restaurant for the last 8 years.
Amazing.
And it's been really amazing. It's just been so fantastic.
Do they ever know the type of music that you played? Obviously, you played the social house, and but have they ever clocked on to what the music that you played in terms of like the actual content of it, like what it
They
means.
haven't mentioned it because they're dancing and enjoying it. Because like this the staff.
Yeah.
The staff's, oh, I love when you play this. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, and that they're really, really loving it.
Yeah.
And I think fine, you know, they don't say, oh, you can't play this, you can't play that. I have free reign.
What does it mean to get such a residency like that? Because you said 8 years.
Yeah,
Some people only have the opportunity once and then that's it. But you've managed to have essentially it is a residency for 8 years
yeah.
in Monaco at probably one of the like sought after restaurants that's very popular out there. How does one like how do you build that?
I suppose it's just relationship. You know, you're kind to everybody. Everybody who you meet, from the washer up to the manager, you've got a good relationship with them, because nothing happens without relationship. You know, with God, it's relationship. With husband and wife, it's relationship. With friends, it's relationship. So if you build that relationship, you're going to be a winner. And you know, and I see the doorman. Hi, how you doing? Do you want a CD? Here's a CD. You know, I'll give stuff away to the locals, and make them feel good, and really treat everybody with the utmost respect. And once you do that, you know, you're going to see doors open.
Yeah. Amazing. And it's just so good to hear. And I'm so glad to hear that you are still playing because I remember when that first time came and you said you're going to Monaco, I was like, what? And you know, obviously the grandeur of Monaco is amazing. You know, you get to see the lifestyle of the rich and famous. You get to, you know, you're kind of like you're in their playground, really.
Yeah,
And then you just think like just a regular guy from a small town
that's
literally live, you know, just working amongst all these rich and famous people. Like that must be something to.
and I made friends over there. Made friends with the DJs and everything, and you know, all these DJs are absolutely amazing. But I can like call them, say, "How you doing? You're right." You know, I spoke to one, was it yesterday in Monaco, saying, "How you doing?" And yeah, he's all good.
This is and I think it's amazing. And I think and I want to ask you later on, you know, as we wrap up soon about like just how, you know, just to encourage someone who wants to do in that line of DJing and stuff. Let's quickly touch upon, you know, how we got to meet and basically how I'm able to be interviewing you. Because this is not the first time. I think this is like probably like my second time, but this is a proper time for me to interview, to really speak to you, to have you on this podcast. Because like I said, it was very important that that happened. So we met when I was, God, I was not, was I a teenager then? I don't think we were teenage years. And you had an idea for, because we used to go to the same church back then. And I was there was a big group of us, like my siblings, and we were friends with another group of siblings, and we were all really friends. Shout out to Deanne Reed, shout out to Joy. To Joy as well, and the Mecca,
Martin.
and Martin. Oh my god, just bringing back memories. These guys were like part of the childhood growing up, and to why we started a dance group.
The JC dance crew.
JC dance crew. Yes, I know. I could have been a DJ, and I could have also been a well-known dancer, like, you know, choreographer type person. But anyway, again, parents and families got in the way of that. And you literally took us and you said, you guys are going to be in a dance crew. This is what you're going to do. And you drilled us like as if we were in the army.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was serious, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the thing is, you came back every week.
And we did. Imagine we drilled like, you know, like soldiers, but then like still, it's like, why are we doing this? So, so we were in a dance group for a few years, and we actually got to perform.
And you got paid.
We got paid.
I made sure everybody's getting paid, and I put all your wages in brown envelopes, and said, "There you go, there you go." There you go. And everybody's saying, "We're rich. We're rich."
Honestly, it was like, who gets pocket money? Like, I mean, we got paid to dance. Like, who, like, actually, you know what? Yeah, it's like we were onto great things back then. Like, we were all onto that. And I think we could have had, if not for our parents, the way things went, I believe that we could have actually had a dance academy by now. We would have set up a dance academy. We would have been like, what's that group called?
Diversity.
Yeah, we could have been like Diversity.
Yeah.
Like, I truly believe that
Yeah.
because we were good. And obviously, as time goes on, we have families and all that kind of stuff. We would have gotten to a point where we could have actually had an academy, and then that could have been a legacy. But no, because we had African parents and Caribbean parents, they were like, no, because they basically said that.
Yeah, because one set of parents came to me and said, "We don't want our children dancing in church." So I said, "Well, you got a choice. Either you let them dance in church or dance with the devil. Two choices.
Which one do you want?
Yeah, take it or leave it." And they said, "Oh, all right then. All right then." But that was a pivotal point in our lives. I think, no, we're going to do something different. We must go away from the traditional church stuff and everything, and got into that and got into dance at different events and stuff like that.
Yeah, and even at festivals, even like the local festivals as well that used to be in Oxford, like we were dancing at them. We got invited to churches as well. It was really, really good, and but just to be for I guess it was the mentality of our parents at the time.
Yeah, so
And,
you can't be dancing and serving God at the same time. You're thinking, what?
But David danced.
Exactly.
You get what I mean? And that's what frustrates me. It's just like we're doing basically what was in the Bible, but they couldn't see it and they thought differently and then literally blocked certain key things in that way, which was quite sad.
But it happens.
It happens.
It happens. So now we've got the more knowledge now that, when our kids are doing stuff, they think, okay, yeah, do that, because Darius now dances.
He does.
And wherever I go to DJ, he comes along and dances. And so we do events in Oxford City Centre where it's called Soulful House Hugs. Now, Hugs actually stands for Holy, Unadulterated God Sound.
Look at that.
Now, God's sound could be anything, anything which God wants to use. So if God wants to use a little bit of a secular song, which gives Him glory, then I'll use it. Whatever God wants to
Whatever
use.
did you use to draw people in?
Yeah,
which is what you're trying to do. You try to draw people in, show them light, show them love, show them God's love. This is how we are, and stuff. So I can see that. That's such a beautiful acronym, though. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
So it's just Holy and Adulterated God Sound. So people come for free hugs as well.
Amazing.
So as we're playing and give them free hugs and everything, and I think, but do you really know what you're
doing? Yeah.
So we hug them and say, "Oh, God bless you," and just move on.
Right.
Just because what we believe the message is, you drop it, you sprinkle it on the ground, and move on. You don't stay there and say, "Are you growing? Come on, grow!
You gotta start doing this." Yeah. I hear that.
Why are you growing? Why are you growing? That's not my job.
Yeah.
My job is to give the word, then move on.
Yeah.
Somebody else will come, water it. Then God gives the increase.
Absolutely.
And so you're so caught up in, we've got to get 100 souls to the Lord. How do you know? The thing is, if you find out, you probably get so big-headed and say, "Oh yes, I won 3,000 people to the Lord and stuff like that." No, you didn't. Because someone has to plant a seed
for that to happen. Yeah, they have to.
And people are taking, "Oh yes, you've got a wonderful ministry," and when people said your ministry, I ain't got no ministry. I don't want to claim the ministry. It's a ministry which God has allowed me to work in. It's not. This is my ministry. when people start saying this is my ministry, I get very, very nervous because you don't have a ministry.
But I mean, essentially, it is like I guess it's a ministry that God has given you.
Yeah, but God has allowed you to work in that ministry. So
Mm.
when you're taking ownership, oh, this is my ministry.
Right. Okay. In that sense.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Okay. That makes
no one
sense.
can't do this apart
Yeah.
from me
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And thinking, nah, that's a bit because like we're not important.
Yeah.
We're not important at all. You know, God only gives us grace to see another day, and gives us that grace. And so, well, yeah, what you can go and do. I'll allow you to go and do this.
Yeah.
Because like we haven't got the power of our own to be able to do this. You haven't got the power of your own to do this podcast, but God's allowing you to do this podcast by his grace. And then think, well, yeah, do it.
Yeah, definitely. No, I hear that. It's true. I see that point. I see that point. All right. So I think there's one more thing we should kind of like speak on, and I guess your influence on me being able to be a broadcaster, an official broadcaster, and how I got my name, Lady T. So amongst the other things that you do, you know, as being a DJ, being a teacher, you know, you're a broadcaster as well. And you were the first person or the first DJ, first black person to ever have a gospel show in BBC Oxford ever.
Yeah. In the history of BBC
Oxford,
Oxford, that they
never
had one at all.
And I think it's wild, but then that must be something to hold dear to heart.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. You know, thinking I'm the first. Because when I think, oh, I'm the first one ever.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, okay. And it's a full. And it started off as a 30-minute show, and then it increased to 1 hour. Then it increased to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I called you up, I said, T.
I actually I think what happened was I called you to congratulate you because yo, this thing was an important thing because it was in the newspapers, and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, like Gary has a radio show. So I literally called him and said, congratulations, like this is a massive you know, looking forward to hearing it, everything like that. And then what did you go and do?
I said, you fancy being on it? And I had to hold the phone away from my ears. The scream. I mean, I can still hear it. I can still hear the scream. And he said, so would you like to help me on it? She said, ah, and holding the phone away. I said, no, she's still screaming, Well, Archie's finished screaming. I said, yeah, do you want to come and help? And he said, why me? Because I want you to.
Honestly, and I thought, and I guess that's where everything changed because I had a little taste of it in college, but then to now do it on such a big, I guess the long-standing broadcaster for the UK, for the whole of the UK is worldwide. It's just like, well, but in your town, that's a big thing, you know, because you drive past. I always used to drive past it all the time.
Yeah.
But then now having to know that I'm going to be working there was kind of wild. And then obviously I then joined, and then it was about a year you decided to make me co-host. And then I think I was there for about a year.
Yeah.
Then you decided to make me a co-host. And like, okay, cool. And then that's when my name came about. How did my name come about?
I don't know. It's just that I think Tolu. I think I don't want to say Tolu. It's Lady T. There's I used to, the ladies and gentlemen. This is Lady T, and you looking kind of shocked. So yeah, Lady T. That's your name, and it stuck.
Literally, it has stuck for all these years. So basically, since 2007, when I joined DJG on Urban Gospel Experience in Oxford, BBC Oxford, that was how my name began, and it's stuck since then. And sometimes I think, oh, should I change it? But I'm like, nah, there's a deeper meaning to it for me. And the person who gave it to me is sat right here. And it's for
I'm to
me.
blame. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's his
I'm to
fault.
blame.
So it's for me, it's an honor to have that. And I'm super blessed to be able to, to be where I am because of this man here and all that he instilled in me. And then obviously when it came to that big job, I wasn't ready. But what did you do?
Put you forward for the job because it says somebody offered me the job,
Mm-hmm.
and I said no, that's not for me. It's for Lady T. Here's Lady T's number. Contact her. And I sent you the advert,
Yeah.
and the rest is history.
Literally. The rest is actually history. And I will say this, he actually helped me with the reel, that because you had to do like a show reel.
Yeah.
So he helped me with my audio reel. And I remember having to go to his place at the time when you used to living in Oxford, go to his, we would cut it up, we would spend time putting it together, eventually did it, put it on a CD, because it was CDs back then. CDs! To put it on the CD and then sent it off. And then, yeah, the rest is literally history. Had a great career from it. It literally started me off. And to think that I would always say this in my first week, I wanted to quit. I actually nearly quit. I actually nearly quit. And then thank God for supporting mums, because if not for my mom, I think I would have quit. They're like, no, you just started. Stay.
Yeah.
Keep going at it. Keep going at it. And I did.
Because remember what I said to you when you was at BBC? I said, it's time for you to leave. Time for you to leave the show and find another show. I said, so don't be committed to me. You've got to fly. You got to fly. And I said to you, you'll be international. And what's happened now?
We're here. We're on the international. We're on the international part, and it's been such a journey. It's been such a blessing, and I think for me, this, like I said in the beginning, this episode had to happen with you because we needed to. I wanted people to understand the foundation of not only the podcast but of who I am and where it all started from, and the genesis of that, and the person who basically came into my life and led me and pushed me and allowed me to fly. And that's why I'm here. So I think it's brilliant. It's for me, it's amazing. And I thank you. I'm forever, ever grateful to you that this is how it's happened. So what we're going to do now is a little thing called, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to call it, but because it's the first episode, in the second episode, it might have a completely different name, so which is great. So we're gonna have like a quick fire masterclass.
Okay.
And because what you do, your faith is integral to that.
Yes.
And there are people who are DJs or wanting to be DJs and thinking, I need to play worldly music for me to succeed or to get into this, to be somebody amazing. But clearly that's not the case, because you're doing it, you've done it, and you still continue to do it. So the masterclass is this. Can you give us a quick masterclass on how to obviously build your craft, maintain that craft, and also keep God at the center of it?
The first thing is you have to love what you're going to do. There's no point doing it because I can get money, I can get this, I can get that. Put that out of your head. Get to love it first. But before even that, love God first. Put God before everything else. Before even DJing, whatever you want to do. If it's art, put God first, and everything else will follow after that. And once you've done that, then you'll be in the right position. Secondly, if you want to do it, get your skill levels up. Never stop practicing. I still practice.
Wow.
I've been doing this for over 25 years, and I never get complacent. Never think, oh yeah, I can do this. No, I'm nervous before every performance because I'm representing God. I'm nervous because I don't want to mislead His people. I'm nervous because I want to please God. And get your skills set up to a standard, and once you've got up to that standard, keep going, keep going. So whatever it is, whatever you're doing, you know, keep your skill standards up, and if you can find somewhere you can learn some more, learn some more.
Mm.
If you can, whatever you can find to do to increase it, increase it.
Amazing. There you go. There's your, your quick fire masterclass from DJ G. Thank you so much.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
When you asked, I think, no, I don't care. I'm coming up. I have
Drop
to do it.
everything. Like, hello.
Yeah.
I'm here. Honestly, it's an absolute pleasure, and I'm so grateful that we got to do this, and the genesis of another great, chapter in broadcasting and in media. So, and again, I just wanted people to know and understand, like, the person behind, I guess, me. Like, you mentored, you pushed, you made sure that I was doing the right things and being in the right places and stuff. So yes, I'm grateful to that.
And the thing is, I'm glad that you're doing it for somebody else. You have to pay it forward.
Yep.
Pay it forward. You start looking forward to the next person you bring on, and they're going to be even greater.
Exactly.
Think, because I'm not about, so like, oh, I don't want you to get better than me. I need you to get better than me. That's, I have to get somebody to get better than me, because then I'm passing on my knowledge, my experience to somebody else, and then they pass it on to somebody else, and it just keeps,
it keeps on going. It's like that ripple effect.
Yeah.
Well, it's for as long as possible. But well, thank you so much for being a guest. This is, again, so weird, but it's amazing at the same time. Thank you so much for being a guest, and for imparting your wisdom and your knowledge to those who are going to be in the space continuing as well. So thank you for taking up the space you are in as a DJ. And how can people keep in touch with you?
I'm on Instagram at DJG121. It's not called Twitter anymore. No, it's called X. I can't stand that. I don't really use Twitter that much, but I'm on Facebook as well at DJG121, and I do a show every Sunday called Soulful House Sounds, Soulful House Sunday, every Sunday, playing the very best in Soulful House. And
amazing.
You can find me on Instagram and on everywhere else at DJG121.
DJG121 everywhere. Thank you. All right. DJG, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you. Awesome. All right, guys. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to, if you're watching on the videos on the tube, okay, you know what to do. The whole like, subscribe, and share thing if you like, and on all streaming platforms as well. Make sure that you are following us, and thank you so much. Next time.